Alright, we're back. Yep, like to see. Unfortunately, I had to step away and take care of an emergency. Uh, this is a very late game hand, but we'll go ahead and keep it because we do have some plays. We can play our Obs and Guide as a morph, and hopefully we draw into some lands. Sucks that I lost as much time as I did. Really had to step away. So hopefully my opponent does the same. I'm a little worried. This deck is definitely late game oriented, which means that I'm probably going to end up drawing into a lot of, 4 or 5 mana, stuff like that. So we'll play our planes and then pass the turn. We didn't get any of our good 1-drops. Okay. Well, that makes me feel bad. That's a card I would have wanted too. Okay, so alright, we're gonna get some plays here eventually. But not yet. So next turn, planes, and then so hopefully our opponent is screwed. Nope. Our opponent is not screwed on anything. Okay. Well, this is interesting. So we could go Blood-Soaked Champion. What's Kintree Warden have? He can regenerate it for 2 mana. Let's see. Do we go Obs and Banner? That gives us 4 sources. We need 1 more for the guide. Yeah, let's play the Banner. The earlier you get out this, and this is the thing that makes me wonder about the Banner, is because I'm playing my artifact that doesn't have any effect on the battlefield on turn 3, but it does give me my green source that I need to flip Obs and Guide and to have Armament Corps out on the battlefield. So this is a mirror match, unfortunately. So we're going down to 16, which makes me feel bad. Alright, well. Things are not going well. Okay, Salt Road Patrol, it's 4 mana. We could do that. That blocks a lot of his stuff, and that gives us some time to get some more stuff out on the battlefield. Merrick Nightblade, that could block. Let's see if we have any better plays. I don't think we do. Let's go Salt Road Patrol, because that's a big body and hard to get by. That may stall the game just enough for us to get back into it. Oh, nice. Our opponent pulled a fetch land as well. Congratulations. Alright, cool. So we stalled a little bit, which I'm very happy about. The problem is that I can't really outlast right now. What do I want to do here? I think I want to get my big creatures out on the field. So we're going to go Nightblade. And that's not going to do anything by attacking, because he'll just block it with the Archer's Parapet. And then he's going to do 1 life to us, slowly. Or 1 damage to us. So we're down to 15, but we have some interesting plays. I have to keep in mind that the Merrick Nightblade does not have Death Touch. I made that mistake in pre-release where I was thinking my Nightblade had Death Touch, and it doesn't have Death Touch as a base. It has to have the +1/+1 counter on it, which makes sense. I just wasn't thinking when I did that. So we've stalled out, but our opponent is definitely stalling us out. I'm gonna have to do something eventually here. I think it's this. And we're gonna Outlast. I'm gonna Outlast this guy as well. 'Cause I don't really have anything better to do with the mana. Although obviously he does. He could be playing Doomblast, which is 7 mana, so he doesn't have that yet, but he'll have it next turn. If he wants to trade, I'll gladly offer a trade. So I have an Alabaster Keyrin, Archer's Parapet. It's a defender. It doesn't have... So if I play Alabaster Keyrin and then throw Molting Snakeskin on it, I could have this over in 5 turns after this, which sounds pretty good to me. Yep, I think we go here, white, like this, and then I'm gonna go ahead and beat him with these guys and see what he does. Okay. He's got a trick. Oh, he's got a regeneration. Okay. I didn't consider that. I forgot about that. Kintry Warden has regeneration. Alright, that makes me feel bad, but we've evened up the life total a little bit. Just a little bit. Not sure why he did that. Oh, he did it to draw a card. Okay. I guess that's one way to use Defiant Strike. I wouldn't necessarily call it the best way, but it's certainly a way. Alright, so now he's got the Hate Blade. Okay, so I think we Despise, just to get a look at what our opponent has. He's got his last 2 cards as a sorcery, so let's just go ahead and do that. So he's got a Plains and he has a Murderous Cut. Okay. So 5 mana, Murderous Cut. He's got 2 in the graveyard, so he can cast his Murderous Cut relatively easily. That doesn't bode well for us. And he's probably going to Murderous Cut the Alabaster Keyrin when I try to cast it. So let's go this route. He could block with the Mardu Hate Blade. I think I'm going to attack with the Alabaster Keyrin. Murak Nightblade has Death Touch. He could trade with the Mardu Hate Blade, which I think I'm okay with. Salt Road Patrol is Death Touch. Actually, I think I'm relatively okay with this. Do I want to attack here? He's got a Murderous Cut, so he can Murderous Cut me. He can block with the Mardu Hate Blade and give it Death Touch, which means this goes away, but that still doesn't give him a whole lot of options. I think I attack with everything. I'm just going to go this route and see what he does. Okay. So he's just going to regenerate that guy. That makes sense. I hadn't considered that, but that's obviously the best line. So we got to look at our Obson guide. I'll be very happy if he decides to use the removal spell on the Obson guide. We really need another land, which I'm feeling very terrible about our land right now. If we had another green, I feel like this may be a different story. Another green would put us in a very good position. He's slowly inching us down with the archer's parapet. But it's going to take him a long time to do that, so I don't know what he drew. We know he had a land. He didn't play it. We know he had a murderous cut, and I'm not exactly sure what he got in his hand. There's the land. So he has a murderous cut and something else in his hand. He's got Assault Row Patrol. Okay. So he still has a murderous cut in hand. And he can cast it. That's the most important thing. Okay, there's our 5th land. That's what we wanted. That's very much what we wanted. I think I unmorph this. I want to force him to do this. So what we're going to do is attack, attack, attack. He's got to spend the 2 mana to regenerate it, and then I don't think he has enough to cast this as well. It's going to go ahead and attack with everything and see what he does. I think he throws the Kin Tree Warden in front of something and blocks it. I can just return my Bloodsoaked Champion to the battlefield if that's what I want to do, but I'm thinking I want to flip this Obzen Guide. If he uses his removal on the Obzen Guide, I'll be very, very happy. I definitely want that to happen because then I can just slap my Molting Snakeskin on Alabaster Kieran and just go to town, and there's nothing he can do about it. Because then I can just sit there and block with my Death Touchers. So I'm hoping he decides to Murderous Cut my Obzen Guide, and even if he doesn't, nothing he has will kill my my Obzen Guide, and I'm going to sit there and start gaining life, which is very nice. Okay. So he's not using his Mardu Hateblade right now. I'm not exactly sure why. Having Mardu Hateblade out there like that is... It's just a 1/1 chump blocker. You might as well have it do something. Let's go ahead and flip that. And we'll say okay. And we'll go ahead and go up 4 life. That's fine. So we're slowly inching back into it. I mean, he can do the one life loss all he wants. I really don't mind that. So we've got a Murderous Cut in hand. He's got a Sultai Scavenger, and that has flying. That doesn't... So that sort of shuts down the Alabaster Kieran, unfortunately. Okay, Brave the Sands. Creatures you control have Vigilance. I think this kind of is where Brave the Sands comes into play. There's Armament Core. Distribute 2 +1/+1 counters among 1 or 2 target creatures you control. I think we do the Armament Corps. I think. Yeah, it's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then green for 5. I think I'm gonna give the Alabaster Kieran. Choose 1 or 2 target creatures you control. When Armament Core enters the battlefield, distribute 2 +1/+1 counters among 1 or 2 target creatures you control. So I think I'm gonna go 1, 2. I think I'm okay with that line of play. And then if he wants to trade his Sultai Scavenger eventually, I'm kind of okay with that. I don't think he has enough to swing into what we have. I think I'm gonna No, actually I'm going to go ahead and attack. There's no reason not to. Attack with this, and I'll also attack with this. And see what he does. So he's going to regenerate this guy, probably. I'm still going to go up 5 life, so I don't care. Okay, cool. I'm back at 20, he's at 6. Next turn I think we play Brave the Sands, and then we play Molting Snakeskin, and I think things are going to go pretty well for us. This game's going really, really long, and I'm very much behind. He's at 18.5 minutes, and I'm at 15.5, so I'm 3 minutes behind, and the game's definitely going long, so I'll have to try to end it reasonably soon. I feel really good about this deck. I think it's very mid-rangey, but I'm okay with that. So he didn't play anything. He's got a Murderous Cut still. So there's another Swamp. That allows us to play the Rotting Mastodon easily. We're going to go into Brave the Sands. And then we're thinking Molting Snakeskin. Obsengide would be the safest choice. I think eventually he's going to try to kill the Sultai Scavenger. I have my 5/5. He can give the Mardu Hateblade. We're going to go this route. I don't know what he's going to do. But I can't play around the destroy spell forever. I mean, I just have to keep attacking in. There's not a whole lot else that I can really accomplish. I don't know what he has in hand. He's got the Murderous Cut in hand and one other card. I'm not sure if he's bluffing with a land or what, but I can't play around Murderous Cut forever. Like I said, I'm low on time. I'm thinking he probably Murderous Cuts my Obsengide, which I'm fine with. Yeah, that's fine. Because now I'm just going to attack in with my Salt Row Patrol, my Alabaster Kieran, and my Armament Core. I'm not sure what he blocks with. Do I attack in with the Armament Core? He could block it. I don't think I attack in with the Armament Core. I'm going to hang that one back. He probably throws the Kintree Warden, regenerates it, that's fine. But now you're out of options, I think. I'm kind of talking about him in the third person. I don't have any other plays, so I pass the turn. And he's down to 3. I have no idea what he could possibly have at this point to win the game. Well, I guess that's the answer. He's got nothing. Okay, so I don't mind how our deck performed at all. I think he's got some removal, and I think some of my heavily invested creatures can be a liability here. I almost want to play a Rakshasa Vizier, but a 4/4 doesn't really do anything. The Keru Dreadmaw, I feel, could gum up the ground game a little bit better. And it's possible that I could sack creatures to gain life, so it does things. He didn't play a lot of high-powered creatures. He played a lot of low-powered creatures. So I'm not exactly sure. I didn't end up with a lot of creatures in the graveyard, I believe. So I'm not sure if I want to take the Venerable Lamassu out as a 7 mana cost and put maybe the Keru Dreadmaw in as a 5. Having flyers would help, but I think I'm going to go ahead and do that because that gives me something a little bit more to gum up, like I said, gum up the ground game a little bit. He obviously has Delve cards, which he's playing Murderous Cut. I'm not going to help him Murderous Cut me, so Altar of the Brood is going to stay out. Maybe I sideboard in Altar of the Brood if I know that my opponent isn't playing Delve cards, or I have reason to believe they aren't playing Delve cards. Other than that, Tuscalocedon, I mean, like I said, he's got a lot of big guys. He's got a lot of small guys. I'm not really afraid of what he has. I think we're going to do okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and submit this. We did fine. At least I did fine with what we had. So I have an Obs and Banner. I have a... Well, I'm going to keep this because I have a turn 1 play. This is dangerous. But things could go my way because Blood-Soaked Champion into Molting Snakeskin is a very powerful... That's a very powerful play. That could win me the game right there as it is if he doesn't have anything to stop me with that. Okay, so he does. That's unfortunate. That's about as unfortunate as it gets right there. That stinks. That stinks something fierce. Okay. So I'm gonna play my swamp. What do I need on turn 4? I'm gonna have green or white. I'm gonna have everything I need. So what I'm gonna do is play my Windswept Heath, play my Molting... Well, there's no point to me Molting Snakeskin, unfortunately, because I can't get by him. So, I'm just gonna pass the turn, unfortunately. That was the worst possible play our opponent could have made. I mean, Archer's Parapet, that stinks. That really stinks. I was really looking forward to Blood-Soaked Champion, Molting Snakeskin. That was going to be a very powerful attack. But now I have Jack Squat. So, here's another Swamp. Pay 1 life, sacrifice it. I'll search for... What do I have? I have green. Well, I need everything, but I'm going to get a white. Because I need a white. And then I'm going to play my banner for mana fixing. I'm just going to say go. Go ahead and go. Man, that stinks. I'm very, very sad about that. Oh, that Archer's Parapet. I don't know what people think about that card, but I've played against it a couple times now, and it makes me cry. It's got just enough toughness to be a very good blocker, and it's cheap enough to come down early and really stifle your opponent. Okay, so what do I do here? I have 1, 2, 3, I have 4 mana. I think I go into Alabaster Keyrin, and eventually I'm going to start attacking here. He's going to ping me. No, he can't, because he doesn't have the mana. That's right. Another source of mana would be fantastic here, to give me my Armament Corpse. I guess I take this. I don't really have much of a choice. We're at a very strange spot right now. Salt Road Patrol. And a Mardu Hateblade. Alright, so all of his threats are pretty much out on the board. And I'm still in a weird spot where I need more... I need one more mana source. So I'm just gonna go black right here. And I'm just gonna hang on to the 3 mana and regenerate my creature if I have to. I can block one of his guys without issue. Even if he tries to Murderous Cut it, it won't really do anything. But I'll be very, very happy if I pull another... if I just pull another land, I'll be very, very happy. Alright, well that makes me feel not good. Land. There we go. Awesome. So we're going to go into... Do I want to play the Murak Nightblade, possibly? Maybe I want the Teru Dreadmaw. No, I think I'm going to go ahead and try to end the game as quickly as possible. This is probably a bad play. Do I want a 5/5 with Death Touch? I think I do. The Bloodsoaked Champion then will go to a 3/2, and it could possibly... No, his Salt Road Patrol will just block it. We'll just go like this. If he has Murderous Cut, though, I'm going to be rather sad, because he's obviously going to Murderous Cut my Alabaster Kieran, and then I'm going to be in a world of hurt. Okay, looks like he might have Murderous Cut. No, he's got an Ascendancy. Put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Holy crap. That hurts me tremendously. Okay, all of his guys now have Reach. But he doesn't have a black source for his Mardu Hateblade. Man, that is a powerful card. I really wish I would have picked that up. Okay. It would be nice to have something to do with that long shot squad. Unfortunately, I know that I don't. And that stinks. So I think we go into the Murak Nightblade, but since all of his guys now have... 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we have Death Touch. All of these guys now have Reach. But if they were to block my Alabaster Kieran, I theoretically could destroy all of them. No, his Unyielding Krumar can gain first strike, and that kills me. So, and he is able to activate that, unfortunately. So, I can't do much but pass the turn and say go. I could attack in here, and he could double block. I'll do that. Let's see what happens if I attack in here. This guy's got Death Touch, so he could block with 2 guys. Okay. I guess I'm okay with that. Ah. Flying token. I see. Touché. I think maybe next time I play Tuskar Captain and give my guys Trample. Raider's Spoils isn't doing anything for me, unfortunately. So maybe that card comes out. Sagu Archer. I can hardcast that. And I might as well. It's not like the morph cost. I just noticed Sagu Archer has... The morph cost is the same as the normal cost. It's 5 mana, regardless of whether you morph it or not. That's weird. That's very weird. So I think if I was my opponent, I'd probably start attacking in here. He can certainly afford to do it. Nope, he's just gonna Outlast. Smite the Monstrous would be awesome here. Nope. What do I want to do? I guess I will green, white, black. And he's still able to give his unyielding Krumar first strike, which stinks. He's definitely being careful to keep that up. He's not gonna block, okay. That was an interesting play. Him not blocking that makes me a little worried. He drew another land. I got 14 life. He can hit me for 1, 3, 8, 11, 15. That's 15 life. So he can, if he can somehow get by my 3 creatures, he does have lethal. Man, that Obscene Ascendancy. Wow. If you're playing Obscene, play that card. There's another swamp. Not that I needed one. Not sure what I want to do here. He could very easily, so I have, what, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 mana. I think I just swing in with the Armament Corps. I think. Two Obscene decks going against each other. Oh, what's his play? Ooh. Okay. Hadn't considered that. So that's gonna die. Your token's gonna die. These tokens are all gonna die. Ah, okay. So he's gonna get a token. That's dangerous. Oh, good trick, dude. Way to play your game. Oh, man. Yeah, I gotta start really playing here, or else I'm gonna end up tying this guy. If I didn't know better, I'd say he's probably playing for a tie. I really need to get rid of that long shot squad. If I can get rid of that, then I'm actually sitting pretty. I'm actually sitting very, very pretty. Smite the Monstrous has to come up eventually, right? Right? So his Unyielding Krumar is just gonna first strike me. I wish I had another way to... So... 1, 2, 3, 4, and... yeah. 5. And then we're going to outlast this guy. I'm just going to say okay, and then we're going to pass the turn. I know I have a card to deal with his long shot squad. I do have a card that's capable of doing that. So I just have to find it. Go ahead and attack, dude. Just freaking do it. My God. So we're over 4 minutes behind. Excellent. And then next turn we draw Smite the Monstrous, and then we're going to win, right? I think that's how that goes. Yes. Okay. That's an instant. And I still am able to regenerate my Kieran. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And we just start attacking. He's going to have to throw his spirits in front of it, which I'm okay with. Eventually he's going to run out of spirits. He can block me for a while, but I'm not gonna bother outlasting anybody because I want to leave mana up in case he tries to destroy my Alabaster Kieran. Right now my Alabaster Kieran is my best win con. I'm gonna have to attack for 3 more turns to try and get stuff by it, which really stinks. But he's also not doing anything to me because I have Long Shot Squad up. Plus my Alabaster Kieran has Trample. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. But it's obvious that he's going to now start trying to sack creatures. He's going to have to start sacking stuff with power 4 or greater, and he's only got 1 creature, so I'm not terribly worried about that. So if I play this 4, that's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I believe that still leaves me mana available to regenerate. I have, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Okay, so, but I'm not going to do that right yet. What's he killing? My Long Shot Squad. Okay. He conceded the game. I'm not sure exactly what he was doing, if that was a misclick or what. I'm not sure why he decided to kill that. But, hey, I mean, we still won. Cool. So we know we're at least in for 1 pack. Awesome. Alright guys, that was it for the first match. Had a pretty good Obzin build. We had a sort of a tough mirror match, but feeling pretty good. So that's it for match 1. I'll see you again in, that's it for round 1. I'll see you again in round 2.